GM, man. Happy Thursday, everyone. The timeline is quiet, man. This is one of the worst sentiments I've seen in quite some time, but gives room for us to continue pushing the migration narrative. Adam, how are we feeling today?
It's funny because I was on a show earlier today, and we got into the convo of utility. Is this are we now in utility cycle season? Just with it for me, it kind of hit home because of all the teams we have migrating, and it's just utility is I think it's back, man. I think utility's back, so we'll see.
Chris, is utility back?
Oh, yo, is my mic good?
Yeah, you're good.
I dropped, but I'm back. Okay, cool. What is good? Is it utility season? It seems like it's no season. It seems like nobody is left in this industry. But this is actually the best time to build when it's kind of quiet. You don't have crazy price fluctuations. I mean, I feel like we say this on repeat because it's so over. We're so back in perpetuity. But the truth is, if you're a builder, this is the time to get the job done. That way, when the prices do come back, when the community members do come back, you have new products to show them. And there's a lot of progress that's been made. So this is the time for real grinders to kind of get ahead. And I think that we have a lot of real grinders on stage. So this is pretty sick.
That we do. Speaking of grinders, the migrations have been flowing. Actually, pretty smooth launch from Tuesday. and a pretty high turnout. Just pulling up here on the live stream, every project is now over 11% or higher.
Massive.
Pyro in the lead at 71%. That's pretty
Crushers
good,
over there.
right? We got DCA at 53% and Bear
What a
at
comeback
47.
Bear made. Look at that comeback by Bear. I mean, they were at 0 straight to 47. I mean,
yeah, crushing it, man. The whole teams are, and I think beginning next Monday is when the first migration ends. So I think we have 6 or 7 migrations ending next week. ISENS ends on the 15th. And then we got AGOC, who's here with us today, ends on the 16th alongside Edge, Nyla, Pyro, and PNP, and then DCA and Paragon to round out the week until heading into the holidays. It's going to be an exciting week, seeing how all of these projects, once they finish the migration, seeing those gigantic green candles on the Pump Fund chart. Be interested to see how the markets react to that when the time comes, as migrations are still somewhat new and somewhat overlooked to a degree. But we do have on stage today Rec Finance, AGOC, and Rainmaker, 3 of our awesome, lovely migration teams. So we'll make a round of introductions and then we'll really dive in. First, we'll start with Rec Finance. Who do we have on stage behind the account? And yeah, give us a little bit of a summary of what Rec Finance is.
Good night, guys. Here from Abu Dhabi, Ale, the founder of Rec. So right now, we are on breakpoint, enjoying, but I would love to showcase something more about our platform. We stand for real estate crypto crowdfunding. And at the beginning, we started with normal tokenization of properties. But right now, we discovered a new method to index all the properties inside one asset, call it the ETF. That's going to be launched tomorrow. So we are in the middle of ton of events.
How is Abu Dhabi going? How is Breakpoint? I've seen a lot of announcements happening as of this morning.
No, this is incredible. Like the entire city was like painted with Solana colors. Everyone is here from the biggest communities. Everyone, like from Phantom to Soulflare to everyone. Phantom team is here. I indeed met with some of them. So literally, it's the entire ecosystem here. And I just came from the side events. They're all in Just Bay, the marine of Abu Dhabi. And trust me, you're gonna see a ton of content regarding like videos and stuff from the side events. They are top notch.
Yeah, man, that's the one conference weekend that I still need to hit. Unfortunately, a little far of on the Migrate Fund team, right in the middle, smack dab middle of the largest migration group ever. But I'm glad that you guys can have a good time and network. And yeah, I heard Rain was out there from Pump networking with all the migrating teams. So awesome to see that. Next, we'll pass it over to AGOC, who's here on stage with us as also one of the leaders of migration turnout so far. I'd love for you to just say hello and give us a little bit of a summary on what AGOC is.
Hi, guys. So for those of you that don't know, I entered by mistake like 2 days ago at the live stream, and I talked a bit, but I'm going to start over. So I'm Alex. I'm the founder and dev of AGOC. AGOC started as a completely no-code AI agent framework. We launched in Web 2 about 10 months ago. We didn't get enough traction. So then we decided to launch in Web 3, where the Web 3 users are more, at least at that point, knew more about AI and they're more tech-oriented. So that's why we figured these would be like good customers for us and users that can actually test the product. So we launched two months ago. It went very well. We added a lot. The AI agent framework. It's basically an LLM that's equipped with a lot of tools, integrations from Web 2 like Gmail, Calendar, Notion. And since we launched in Web 3, we added a lot of Web 3 integrations. starting with Soul Scan, Helios, Whale Watcher features, then sports betting assistance, and Aster integration, perp dexes for futures trading with our agents, and right now, lately, Polymarket Trading Terminal, which is connected fully with and integrated with the Polymarket Club API. And so users can trade on the Polymarket with our agents that are very research oriented, and they give you an edge for anything. That's basically how it works for the sports agents as well. And we decided to migrate from Believe. We launched on Believe to PalmFund due to obvious reasons, and also because we believe we can get more exposure and more support in the PalmFund ecosystem as well. So the migration is going pretty well. I mean, in my opinion, it's going very well, because 50% of the tokens are not going to be migrated 100% because the dev supply is locked on the old token. But everything going onwards from 25%, it's a lot. And the migrate fund team can confirm this, because we made the calculations beforehand.
Yeah, there's been a handful of situations in the platform's history where we've seen a percentage of the supply locked, and it's one of the main incentives to migrate is to get that back on the other side, or to eliminate any of the attack vectors of the other side who may be holding it for whatever reasons it is, whether it's locked in a smart contract or it's held by an adversary or anything of the above. There's these new situations that pop up seemingly every single migration. But awesome to have you here. Your agents, your rules, as it says for the slogan of AGOC. And last but certainly not least, we have Rainmaker on stage. I see J-Rock we've been talking with quite consistently over the past few months. Been really awesome. Same question to you, just a little bit of a background and summary on Rainmaker.
Sweet, I'll take it. Rainy Dev here from Rainmaker. Rainmaker makes the most extreme AI agents for sports. We bet on sports with Polymarket, Kalshi, and our job is to figure out with custom AI models how we can generate generational wealth for our users. That's it. Let's go.
Generational wealth. Yeah, right here on the website. Rainmaker is the world's first AI-powered sports betting agent built to trade live markets on NFL, NBA, and NCAA games with the ultimate precision. Right here, there is a email to get notified. It says just connect your Kalshi or Polymarket account, and then Rainmaker handles the plays, timing, and everything else. Could you dive a little bit into what that means? So Polymarket is an on-chain product. Kalshi is an off-chain prediction market, although it's coming to Solana or just started recently. You just basically type in your email associated with that account, and then you're imported into the world of Rainmaker.
No, that's the wait list. So right now we're probably closing in on 1,000 people on the wait list, which is too many. So we're kind of reaching an inflection point where we have too much demand for the product that we're about to release. We've been beta testing with some awesome holders that hold 3 million more Rain, and they've just been helping us the last couple months just hone in on just how we can make the best product possible. But when the product goes fully live out of beta, we're going to be looking at like connecting your Kalshi account with your private key, and the same for Polymarket. So.
And why start with sports? I know that sports prediction markets has been in the news recently, at least here in the U.S., right? Of some contention on who gets to regulate it and where.
Right.
But yeah, why sports? And then also kind of what's your thoughts there and how it may impact?
I mean, did you see when we hired the NFL legend, Le'Veon Bell, running back? It's like, why start with sports? Because that's why we're excited about life, man. Sports gives us the opportunity as individuals and humans to compete. Even if you're not playing, it gives you something to like rep and represent. If you're representing your country, if you're representing your state, it doesn't matter. People get excited about sports, and that's part of the reason why we're so excited. And we're sports people, so we're also AI model people. And applying the two together is just really exciting for us.
And what does that mean by applying them together? Is there some sort of proprietary agent that that Rainmaker is providing, or is there some way to import them? Give us a little bit of a definition of what it means.
Too many proprietary agents. Basically, I'm a dev. I've worked with NVIDIA. I've worked with NASA. I've worked with quantum machine learning. I've worked with, quantum computers, qubits, creating really interesting applications. Basically, with my given my background with AI, it just like applying new models and back testing new models and creating new algorithms, feature engineering. When I say AI, I mean literally just making new models, new neural nets, new algorithms every single week for NBA, NFL, NCAA, college football, tennis, MLS, soccer. Like we don't stop. We're just constantly trying to find the edge for our users, find the most profitable edge for our users, and apply those models, deploy them, and see what results they get.
A few months ago, we had Billy Betts here on the show, who also does, I think, something similar, but they're over on base. Are you aware of their product? And if so,
I'm definitely aware.
Could you explain can you explain what the similarities or differences maybe between Billy Betts and Rainmaker?
So I just explained a big one. We make custom models. We're not a large language model that's maybe fine-tuned. One of the big differences is that we look for live in-play data, and we're not just trying to make a prediction beforehand, if that makes sense. Like, we're looking at the games as they go on, and that gives us much better signals in trying to statically predict who will win from the outset. If that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. It does. I mean, it seems like every week here on the show, AI is just being integrated into every product, right? Whether it's a companion, whether it's the underlying thesis of the product, and so on and so forth. Why haven't we seen AI? I guess you'd say that, or why haven't we seen AI as a priority in the prediction market so far, right? It's very manual experience. We've seen some ancillary products, but the major ones like Polymarket or Callsheet hasn't really dove into that yet. Why do you think that is?
I think we're early. I think we're ahead of the timeline. I think anybody applying any kind of AI to prediction markets can kind of pat themselves on the back and just realize that they're early. Like I was talking to OpenAI about GPT-3 before it came out, and we were trying to see how to apply it to a DAO that I was running on ETH, like, I don't know, 4 years ago. And then just to see like that Cambrian explosion of GPT-3 and 3.5 all the way to ChatGPT. The ChatGPT moment made it more, how do I say this? Approachable as a product, even with the rebranding, right? So we saw like a lot of just regular people start to use it. My landlord just texted me a list of stuff, and I could tell immediately that GPT came up with the list. So I feel like we're just early, but people will realize, the companies that are taking this seriously, making custom models for sports betting, that AI models can do it better than humans. And that's what we're trying to prove with Rainmaker.
Sounds like I hear some cats trying to make a difference here. I have here pulled up on the live stream, you guys' migration participation. So it ends on the 26th. We're at 28%, so well into positive territory. What was Rainmaker's I guess thought process in undergoing a migration, and what are the plans post migration, so heading into 2026?
We're really just waiting on the world to realize that we're not just a token, we're a company. So I feel like migration will help us. I think once we can get people to realize our value as a token, sure. But I think migration will help us with that. It'll help us with locking some supply. It'll help us with getting all the bots out and just zooming in on those real holders. Yeah, I think it's just a beautiful long journey and morphing quickly, though, from like a token to a real fucking company. That's what matters to us. We want to be up there with Polymarket and Kalshi. We don't want to just be a token. Like the fact that we have a token gives people early exposure to one of the next big companies, and that is Rainmaker. So yeah, I think the migration will help with that. The migration tech that you guys have built has been really awesome, very smooth. I'd recommend anybody to try it. Yeah.
Shizzy on the live stream says bullish on Rainmaker's cat.
Let's go.
Adam or
Rainy
Chris.
cat. Rainy cat.
Any
And
cat.
then he follows up and says real fucking company. Love it. Adam or Chris, any questions for Rainmaker?
Yeah, I mean, I love that everyone's just kind of like applying, like Jake said, AI is creeping into everyday life. I think we had you on the show a couple weeks ago when you were deciding about the migration. It seems like you've made a ton of progress even since then. I think you were mostly focused on in-play football, and now it seems like you've expanded quite a bit. I'm guessing that football is probably still your main breadwinner, but what are you seeing in the early trials of maybe some of the new models? Any kind of standout?
NBA is far more profitable for us. So what we've seen with NFL is NFL has gradually become less and less profitable because of the weather conditions. It's snowing a lot of games. It's raining a lot of games. There's a lot more moisture. There's a lot more drops with the ball. Throws are not as accurate. The wind is carrying the throws with the pigskin, right? We're seeing a lot of players slip and slide on the field. It's just like, even preparing the fields is like doing a lot to disrupt organizations. And we actually see, if you look at other data, a lot of the organizations that are going to be competing in the playoffs, they have to do a lot of field management. And, there's a lot of roster changes, QB injuries. Freaking Phillip Rivers is coming in, which is amazing. He's a grandpa, right? Like, that's awesome. All of these things actually have network effects on how well our models perform. So we're switching from NFL to NBA. They're still kind of profitable, but just not enough profitability that we need having a whole host of users, which is something that I don't think a lot of people take into consideration. You can't just pile in like 1 million users and expect them to all 5x. If I have a model that says it'll 20x with just my back test, I can expect maybe people might 2 or 3x. Which is still decent and good. But the NBA, because it's so early and we're in the Emirates Cup finals, it's just far more profitable. It'll be way more consistent. And we're launching in like early January. So it just makes sense,
Interesting. Would you be able to extend that? Would you feel comfortable kind of extending that further to maybe like golf and maybe baseball, even though they're a bit more seasonal, that some of this extreme weather is probably impacting all of them to some extent, as weather's been pretty extreme consistently all over the world in recent years? Or
Dude, I would love to. I was ranked as a kid in USTA with tennis. Absolutely love tennis. There was a point in my life where I thought I was going to be a professional tennis player. Didn't work out. Ended up doing something else wildly successful, selling millions of units. And I'm a non, so I can't really go in depth. But the people that know me. Yeah, I mean, tennis is awesome. We want to add that. Golf is cool. Love that. It's just getting yourself immersed in the sport. Probably before we add it, I'll have me and the team go out and just play golf. Go out, play tennis. Take the Rick Rubin approach. It's just like people underestimate when they're making models and software. They can underestimate just how much value is in just immersing yourself in the live thing. That's what we want to do. And then we'll see how best to make some models. We'll probably trade manually and iterate, see how best to make some models, bring some more people into the team, iterate, see how best to make some more models until we have the biggest profitability in the industry. Let's go.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you just got to keep crushing as everyone else is. As everyone's been scrolling through the Solana's account and seeing all of these different announcements. A lot of them actually related to RWAs. I see Ondo Finance is creating some private tokenized liquidity fund. I see that KeelFi announces a $500 million fund for Solana RWAs. You know, we do have Rec Finance on stage who invests in real estate and is related to, you know, real estate, on-chain real estate ETF with yield-bearing assets whose price only grows thanks to real estate yields. So, Rec, I'd love to get your opinion on, you know, all of the RWA announcements at Solana, and then how Rec plans to position himself in the Solana ecosystem as a premier RWA platform.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Well, the first thing is that in this edition of Breakpoint, we were talking with a ton of investors, ton of actors from the ecosystem. And the truth is, like, we are all in agreement that the next big thing for the Solana ecosystem are RWAs. Because at the end of the day, what we want, like all of us inside Solana, is to integrate the blockchain to the everyday of each person, to have blockchain in the real world, to be part of our life for real. So they are like all suggesting that the next fever inside the Solana ecosystem, as the NFT was, as meme coins was, it's gonna be RWAs. So in this sense, real estate has, of course, a very nice place here, but we must be real. Like, real estate existed before Solana and before blockchain, and gonna exist forever. The thing we are doing different is democratizing the access to real estate. Because right now, what we are doing is to provide access for a part of real estate for DeFi investors and transform what real estate was like in whole history, that was a no liquid investment, to something liquid instantly, that provides you yields like almost continually. So that is the whole idea. We are aiming to having like a very good performance next year, no matter like if we are on a bearish market or a bullish market. If we are in a bullish market, it's much better because we have more liquidity inside the ecosystem and we're gonna improve the deal flow. But if we are on a bear market, we're gonna still provide the same APY, and that is a big point for all RWA projects. Like, if you invest right now in a project like ours, you are secure that your APY is gonna be the same no matter market conditions.
Well, I got a couple questions there. So, I mean, we've had a bunch of successful RWA, you know, projects on the show previously. I'd say probably the best is Courtyard. You know, they do Pokemon cards, and I always thought it was really smart for them. Now I see a bunch of companies have done it. Like they partnered with Brinks, as Brinks acts as like the third party that actually physically holds the asset. How are you guys approaching this from an RWA aspect, which does require some level of trust?
Yeah.
How are you guys kind of attacking this from okay, well, you know, what's the legal structure, or how are you looking at that from like who's actually holding the real world asset, which here is you know, real estate?
Sure. Well, the idea in the start was to let us, like the team, focus on what we know. Like, we know how to make a DeFi platform, we know how to launch a token, we know how to manage a team of devs, and also we know we know some people, friends, like people that we know since more than 5 years, that those are on real estate. Those are realtors with more than $50 million of equity on real estate. So the idea was, okay, we don't want to have the normal model with where the DeFi platform tries to own everything, like own the properties, own the platform, own the token. So no, we want to make something more scalable. We want to focus on what we know how to do well. So the idea was to start this business model where we issue loans to those realtors instead of buying by ourselves and having these kind of deals from our side. So these realtors have each one a big portfolio, and inside their portfolio they have some properties that are flips, like buy, refurbishment, and sell, that provide us with a small quantity for fundraising and very appealing APY. So that is a big point for DeFi. So we issue a loan for them, and in exchange, we have the property itself as a collateral. So that is one thing that secures the contract and the loan we make to them. And on our side, we have a company based on UAE, and those realtors have each one to qualify to receive a foreign loan. So that is the framework that allows us to scale in some way.
Gotcha.
So here on the website, it says that REC, which stands for Real Estate Crowd or Crypto Crowdfunding, if people didn't know that. So you're using it for a variety of reasons or mechanisms for tokenizing real estate, growing the token through buybacks, and then voting and earning, using the token to vote for listings while protecting the users. Would love to know, on the other side of this migration, what are the plans for the token and the platform in general?
Mm-hmm. Well, right now we are developing a truly nice system of leaderboard. We are inside this system point, our leaderboard. We have in mind how much our token is held, how much the investments in the platform is held. Like if you hold RETF, you are rewarded. Those rewards are given in bricks. Our system is brand related and it's called bricks. So the idea for the users is to receive bricks each time they invest in the platform, and each time they buy the token and hold it. We reward the loyalty. And of course, in the leaderboard, after some time, you're going to receive rewards in our token. On the other side, of course, we have plans to make some airdrop for the token, but this is a little bit in the future. And this is the kind of airdrops that's going to happen, not the kind of airdrops that doesn't happen. That's going to be the token going to be used also as, because I'm going to link this here, and we are planning to launch some collection rewarding those that invest in the platform and invest in the token. So those people are going to receive some kind of rewards. And of course, in some way, when you have the REC token holding after some quantity, you want to receive a discount on the redemption fee that we have on the ETF.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm excited for a lot of these ETFs to really come live. Some of these new and exotic ones in 2026. We're already making our way down the staking ETFs for Ethereum and Solana, and then it's going to progress down to a lot of these other unique ones. I was going to call on Agok, but it looks like left the stage. So if you want to come back up, we can dive into some questions there. Chris, do you have any questions for REC?
Yeah, I was just wondering if you planned on making any more like direct investments. It sounds like maybe like indirectly through different ETFs and different opportunities. And then was kind of wondering, thought it'd be interesting to kind of maybe integrate some sort of AI or kind of LLMs to maybe discover which deal flow or which deals might be superior, and just kind of wondered what your direction would be on maybe integrating more tech, and what kind of like actual direct deal flow you'd be integrating in the system.
Yeah. Well, two things. Answering the first thing, and regarding if we're gonna have our own real estate company and have these kind of operations, yeah, this is in the roadmap indeed, but we have to be very responsible with this, because for that we want to provide our own portfolio inside a healthy portfolio with more investments. That the idea is not to fundraise our own properties. So that is our philosophy. In that case, doesn't have like you don't have a rich portfolio. You want to be biased. So we are first we want to scale, showcase like the properties for those 4 realtors we have that we will be working, and after that in the future we can like add right properties itself. Regarding LLMs, there is something very interesting that was discussed. Not for the AI as software, but as hardware. Like in Berkeley was very discussed things like fundraise AI properties like data centers and stuff that is starting to be very common. So in that sense, we are looking for the opportunities. Argentina is my country, and right now, if you can see the news, we have a lot of AI investments right now, because like OpenAI is going to open his own data center here. So there is ton of opportunities. It's a new market in that sense. So that is on the hardware of AI. It's a new market that is open, and just now blockchain is investing right now in those kind of assets. And on the LLM software, for that we will need to scale a little bit more regarding the portfolio. Why? Because as I say, we have ton of properties. Like we have rent properties, we have flip properties, and we have flip properties with more risk. We have flip properties with less risk, and some people want to invest to make their own portfolio more exposure to risk. Some people wants like less yields but more secure investment. And I think when we open the marketplace for more realtors and have more offer there, we can implement some agent that with a prompt provides or a quiz, of course, provides the user with a right portfolio, and that is very achievable, and that is the thing we must do. But for that, first, the first thing we might have to make is to scale a little bit more regarding the platform itself.
Awesome, man. I'm excited to see the growth in the future. Agok, you back on stage, brother?
Yep, I'm here.
Awesome.
I don't know why it keeps on bugging, so I have to leave. Sorry for that.
Yeah, no problem at all. Yeah, so looking through your platform, another product that has AI integrated in it says that Agok types, sends, and watches works and finishes itself. Describe any task in any language. Agok picks the right tools and ships the outcome. No coding requirement. Can you give a little bit of a deeper dive into what exactly is going on here with this product? I also see on the homepage it says connect in one click to Gmail, Google Calendar, Solana, Wallet, Whale Watchers, HTTPs, and AI APIs. So a wide variety of products from Web 2 and Web 3 and Web 1 if you're considering HTTPs and APIs as a product.
So basically, the thing is with the agent framework, and what difference there is between AGOC and any other agent framework. Let's say, for example, ELIZA, which is like the biggest agent framework there was, and it was a very big project last spring or last winter, end of winter. The difference between AGOC and ELIZA is that ELIZA had the low-code agent framework, exactly like AGOC, which is completely no-code. You needed an IDE and some coding skills and knowledge about how to code a little bit, how to set up EMVs, how to learn to get API keys from other platforms. It would have been a hassle to create an agent if you had no knowledge of computer or AI agents or AI or whatever, any kind of knowledge. With AGOC, you don't need any type of knowledge. You just need natural language. The same way you talk to an LLM and it's giving you a response in a web search, is the exact same way in which the AI agents from AGOC are doing stuff for you by using the tools that we are integrating. And we can integrate any tool, and you don't need any API keys. You don't need to go to another platform to get your own API key, create an account, whatever, and then go into our platform and add the API key. No, everything is handled by us. You don't need to do anything. You just need to create your own use case, find the use case. You don't even need to create your own agent. You just add to the AI agent generator a prompt for which type of agent do you want to create, what use case do you need, and if we have the tools connected already for that agent to be able to do that, to solve that use case, it's going to be created in just a matter of seconds. In about 20 seconds, you have your agent created. And boom, that's it. You can automate any type of problem that you need to automate in your life or in your business or in your SMBs.
Yeah,
Everything is very simple.
Here on the app, it seems like you've already integrated the token itself. So if you go to app.agok.ai, you see there's a token balance of 100, and then there's a handful of different terminals between the agent studio, which I believe is what you were just discussing on creating an agent to help you out with a variety of products. You have prediction markets, trading assistance, and perps. So there's a financial aspect to this as well as kind of a commercial or practical component to it. I see that prediction market is the newest integration. We also have Rainmaker on stage who's into prediction markets. So I'd love to understand how your prediction market assistance between the launch, the Polymarket Command Center and Sports Signals, how that is working out so far. It looks like there's, man, a ton of these different agents on here.
Yeah, so we created all sorts of agents for each type of game, from esports to NFL, NBA, whatever, any type of game, NHL. And we backtested them and retested them, and we also created a vault for users to put their money in, and we placed the bets for them based on our agents' research. It started well. It ended bad in October. November went great, and we ended positive, but slightly positive at 3% ROI for the whole month. But the thing is that these are very good signs, because even if you have if you don't have any profit for the whole month, and we had 424 bets for November, the fact that we didn't have any loss means that the agents are working because of the house's vigilante, which makes your odds become slightly lower than what you should get. So the fact that we ended up in profit and not in the red, like maybe 90% or whatever the edge of the house is, it means that our agents are getting an extra edge on top of what the house is taking from the user. So that went good, and we hope that the polymarket strategies that we implemented and we backtested in the last few weeks, almost 1 month. I hope that it's gonna go great in production as well. And it started pretty well, as we are posting a few of the predictions that he made, and they're still ongoing. For example, the one with from Polymarket with DraftKings releasing a prediction market in 2025. He made research and also scanned the blockchain through through the SoulScan integration, and he realized that as the Polymarket comments were that insiders came in and found out that they're actually gonna launch a prediction market. He realized through the scan on the blockchain that those were actually not insider wallets, and they were actually having different weird bets beforehand, and clearly showing that that's not an insider wallet. And hope it looks like it's going great. We started 18 cents. We bought the position, and it's right now at 40 cents. He went up to 60 cents a few days ago, and it looks like it's going to be great. So the agents are going well. Right now, we need the user base. We need more testing. We need users that need more integrations, so we have something to build for them. That's why in our website, we also have a form for requesting integrations. Whatever integration anyone needs, we can provide that for them in just a couple of days or weeks at most. If not, our focus will be 100% on Polymarket right now. We are in the referral program, we are in the builders program, we are in all of the possible groups. And I hope that very good news are more and very good news are going to come in the next couple of days.
Yeah, it seems like all the trenchers have left the Pump Fund and Bonk Fund trenches to go take a bet on Polymarket and Kalshi and all of these prediction markets. Pretty clear. I see here that on the app, there's integrations for, you could connect your Google Calendar, your Gmail, your YouTube, as well as incoming things like Google Drive and Discord and such. So if I connect these to AGOC, are the AI assistants and using the information from these accounts to then make, I guess, more preferential orders and trades for prediction markets, for the futures deck that you have here, and perpetual trades?
Yeah, if you're referring to the Aster and the Uranus DEX integration, yeah, the agents are, you can feed them or ask them what's the feeling for today on Bitcoin, USD, or whatever meme coin you want, because meme coins would be for Uranus and the Aster for normal coins. The agents are going to see the market, look at the market sentiment, make a research on the web, and then a sentiment analysis on that pair, combined with all the news. It's going to give you a feeling on a short, medium, or long term, depends on your way of trading, whatever you ask him to recommend you.
Interesting. So if I was Jeffrey Epstein and I uploaded my Gmail to this account, it would then take all of those emails and make trades based off of those emails and information?
Yeah, it can do that. But the thing is that you have all these tools, but you also need to prompt him. You don't need to learn anything. You just need to tell him exactly in natural English that you want that. And the more specific you are, the better are the results. Even though they are pre-prompted and pre-trained in advance by us, you still need to put in some work by the way you are expressing yourself.
Yeah, I think we've learned that building with our own AI agent, Agent Hustle, that the more specific, the better. Very tough to be general, especially with kind of on-chain products. Adam or Chris, any questions?
Go ahead, Adam.
You're on mute.
Sorry, my kid was screaming on his YouTube channel in the background. I was looking at that. What's the integration with YouTube? Jake had it up on the screen and I saw that. What's the YouTube integration?
So the agents are very research oriented. So I guess I I added this. It's a YouTube analytics integration. So as a marketing expert, you can actually, let's say you are making shorter content or medium-term content, a short format, sorry, or medium format. You can make research on the YouTube Analytics API saying which trends are right now in which country. So you can ask the agent, give me the top 5 trends or top 10 trends in the Netherlands and give me an idea of a pun or type of content that would have the highest chances of being viral in the next, let's say, couple of days. And it's going to give you a very research from the YouTube Analytics API, like the best analytics you can have on that sort of type of question.
Very cool. How do you think about with like Polymarket specifically and prediction markets? Because those are hot right now. But how do you feel? Obviously, there are multiple teams kind of building in this space to assist traders make smarter, better trades. How do you feel like that goes? Is it just like we're at this point where, you know, edge is just going to disappear because everybody's using the agent? How do you feel like that's going to go over the next, 6 months or a year?
Oh, it's for Polymarket, it's very easily exploitable right now, and it's from a very different a lot of different angles. It's gonna take a while until the edge disappears.
Gotcha.
It's gonna take a while until the institutionals are gonna join in, and that's gonna clear out most of the edge. But right now, I think we are very early. Like we're very, very early, and in my opinion, it only the Polymarket hype with building just started like maybe less few months, max 3 months, I say. So I think anyone that's building right now on top of Polymarket or Kalshi or any prediction market is at the start, at the beginning, and we should all like build as much as we can because we are at the start.
Yep,
Which platform between Kalshi and Polymarket do you kind of prefer? Do you see being kind of the bigger winner? And then to Adam's point with the AIs integrated, it's kind of interesting because prediction markets are more of like an information asymmetry rather than like a full on solvable puzzle like traditional markets. There's a lot of information asymmetry in traditional markets, but prediction markets are more of an insider's game at this point. So kind of seems like humans might win this for the, at least for the short term, as long as they have, they're closer to the information sources. But in terms of Kalshi and Polymarket, which do you see kind of being the bigger winner globally going forward?
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Polymarket, and the answer is just because they get a lot more attention than Kalshi does. I don't know if it's just my algorithm, but I'm researching daily, and Polymarket pops out in my face like maybe 10 times in a matter of I don't know, 5 minutes, and Kalshi maybe once if it does.
Yeah, I feel the same, but then I'm always shocked to see how big Kalshi's numbers actually are. So sometimes I just wonder if it's me living in the bubble, but it seems that that's not exactly the case.
Maybe I'm living in the bubble as well.
One is me.
As we all do. So, your product has the AGOC token quite integrated. You could pay for the monthly service through credit card. You could also pay for the credits through the token itself. We actually have a similar setup with Agent Hustle. Post migration, what other plans do you have for AGOC, the product, as well as AGOC, the token?
For AGOC, the token, this would be the main transactional method for using our agents. So I'm thinking that we are gonna drop the Stripe integration, and we are gonna use, even though also the Stripe integration is bringing in revenue for the token as well. I feel like it's better if the users are coming and using our token to be part of the ecosystem. So tokens are transformed into in-credit apps, tokens that you can use to talk with the agents and use the tools. And of course, we want to scale it even more. The more users we have, the better it is, the better our platform is going to be. Because we bring in more revenue, we can integrate more. Through adding new integrations, new customers arrive because they want to use our platform. Just the plans are just for scaling because the app is pretty much complete. It's very easy for us to build on top of it. The framework was built especially for on a long-term vision. So the next steps are bringing in more revenue, but lots of marketing, just so more people see us, and we get more feedback, and we know better what our next steps are going to be. And our go-to-market, as I told you, it's going to be Polymarket. We're in all of the groups, and we are very early, so we want to be there from the start.
Everybody is all in prediction markets, man. Really exciting to see. Glad that there is something that keeps people interested in these tough times where a lot of people have left for either getting wiped out, ran out of runway, or they're just completely burnt out from everything that had happened over the next few years. It's going to be a very exciting 2026, to say the least. We're continuing to grind over here in the Migrate community as well as in the AI community. I think that's going to be two of the things that are going to be popular is interoperability and intelligence next year. Adam, any final words or remarks? See over there thinking a little bit throughout the conversation.
Well, I think it's everybody in the audience, if you haven't migrated yet, go now. Do your migration. Obviously, we don't want anybody getting penalized by missing the migration. As Jake said, a couple are ending Monday, Tuesday this coming week. So definitely go do that. These guys, it's going to be exciting to see the end of these migrations, and of course, it's always exciting to watch the charts, see what happens as the migrations come to a close. We've definitely seen what we call the migration squeeze, as this, there's basically no sellers in the market, so that'll be fun. I know it's fun for the teams, to see price moving up. So definitely watch that over the weekend.
This is a migration show, so I guess that we can accept some feedback on how the migrations are going. Compliments are accepted, but not. Yeah, just would love to hear how the feedback is from your guys' communities. How's it going so far? And truthfully, if you have any kind of critical feedback or any kind of suggestions or any type of information of the sorts, would love to hear from each team, just their thoughts on the process.
Agak, you want to go first? You're muted. Oh, we lost him. Rec, are you there? Bro, did we lose everybody?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. I break down for a bit. Yeah, could you repeat, because my internet was very busy here.
Chris was just asking if you had any feedback for Migrate Fund, the platform, positive or negative, from any of your users, holders, etc.
No, nothing at this moment. Nothing negative.
Awesome.
No, just joke.
Yeah, that's cool. I think in a lot of ways we got the things that were kind of previously maybe pain points, maybe not even so much the last migration cohort, but certainly the first one. The main problems were the wallets, just people's wallets weren't working. And I think we added support for God knows how many different wallets. And so I think that, Jake, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like that has been basically solved, even as far as Ledger and stuff with Wallet Connect. So, in my view, even with this being the biggest group, we just haven't had the trouble from users with wallets. I don't know if that's kind of the thing, but it's felt a lot more seamless this time for sure.
Yeah, just always looking for ways to improve, obviously. So I always open any type of feedback, good or bad. Prefer good, but more open to the bad. As it helps the platform move along. But yeah, love to hear it.
Yeah, everybody just stay safe out
No,
there. There's so many. Go ahead, Ray.
No, it's one thing is true that you provide us first instantly support from the day one, and that is very appreciated because we all know we are with 23 projects at the same time, and you were like responding every question with videos and with tutorials and with documentation, and that was too smooth for us as founders. We are making a migration that is a painful process, but you are making this like very smooth for all of us, and I'm talking in representation of all the projects. So that is my view. I hope this continue like this because even our own holders are like surprised about the transparency of the process. So thank you very much.
Appreciate that. The just a heads up on scams out there and stuff too. Obviously, the timeline is littered. One today, it was like a fake account, basically, a support account. I had to ask one of our teams, "Hey, is this you?" Because it looked so legit. It had me questioning, and they were like, "No, that's a scam." So we just, of course, guys, only follow, the Migrate Fund account, your official account of any tokens you're migrating. Only pay attention to the official accounts. There's no rush to ever do anything. You can always DM the official accounts just to make sure to connect your wallet only to the official migrate.funds website. Just normal crypto stuff, but the scammers are out in full force. I think one of our community members took a photo of every or a screenshot of every fake Migrate Fund account, and there were like 40 accounts. So be careful out there, guys. That's all I'm saying. But thanks for the feedback. Appreciate it. And Jake, you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, it's time to get out of here. Migrations end on Monday and Tuesday for the most part. Going to see a lot of green candles in the pump fund trenches. Should be interesting to see how all of the bots and stuff react. Through our own internal testing, it does seem like the bots tend to bite on that afterwards. So should be interesting nonetheless, but very exciting times to bring new teams over to Pump with their ICM agenda, as well as the Migrate Fund product. So appreciate everyone who has been listening, as well as everyone on stage. Please make sure to follow Rec Finance as well as Migrate.Fund accounts to stay in tune with everything that's coming up. We will have some exciting announcements next week for Migrate Fund related to some things happening in January. So stay tuned for that. And without further ado, stay safe this weekend. Have fun out at Breakpoint for who is there, and we'll see everyone soon.
Later, guys.
Later. Have a good weekend.